Hello everyone, in this video we will talk about letting go, the art of opening the hands of the soul. There is quiet moment between holding and releasing, a pause where the heart trembles, unsure whether to cling or to surrender. Every soul must walk through this trembling threshold many times in life. To let go is not weakness, it is a sacred act of strength. The moment when love matures, when wisdom replaces fear, and when the spirit learns to breathe freely again. The illusion of control. We live most of our lives believing if we hold on tightly enough, things will stay the same we want them to be. We hold on to relationships long after their season has passed, to careers that no longer fit our soul, to possessions that once gave us pride but now only collect dust. We cling to our children, forgetting that they became through us, not from us. We even hold on to pain because at least it feels familiar. But life, like water, cannot be gripped. The more tightly we close our fists, the less we can hold. Letting go is a gentle art of opening those fists, of allowing the flow to continue its course. In youth, I believed that security meant control, having the right job, the right image, the right plan. But over the years, I discovered that control is an illusion. Life doesn't bend to our will, it dances with it. And only when we loosen our grip can that dance begin. When relationships become lessons, some relationships enter our lives like sunlight, warm, illuminating, full of surprise. Others come like storms, disruptive, fierce, and cleansing. But all are teachers. We often suffer not because love disappears, but because we refuse to accept that its form has changed. There was a time when I tried to hold on to relationships that have already expired in spirit, out of loyalty, fear, or habit. I kept watering a tree. Those roots were already dry. I thought that letting go meant betrayal. But one day I realized that love sometimes means letting go, not holding on. When two souls walk together for a time, they share a sacred exchange, energy, lessons, tenderness. Yet not every journey is meant to last forever. Some souls are bridges, not destinations. They appear to carry us from one understanding to another. Holding on to them beyond their purpose is like trying to keep a bird that was born to migrate. True love doesn't say, "You are mine." It's whisper, "May you grow even if it is without me." And when we can bless someone as they live our lives, we become whole again. Children, the wings of tomorrow. Letting go of one's children is perhaps the most tender and painful act of all. A mother's instinct is to protect, to guide, to stay close, but as the years unfold, the sacred task of parenting is not to keep but to prepare for flight. Our children are like arrows drawn from bow of our love. We may shape them, guide their direction, but we cannot choose their destination. The moment we release them is when our love becomes pure, no longer driven by control but by trust. I remember watching my sons stepped into adulthood, there was pride, but also a strange ache, as though my heart had a stretch to let them belong to the world. But that is the divine desire. The river must flow away from its source and fulfill its purpose. Love too must flow outward to find its meaning. To let go of our children is not to stop caring. It is to believe that the roots we have given them will hold, and that the wings of life will teach them what we cannot. And so when they build their own families, we stand at the shore and smile, not because we are letting them go forever, but because we finally understand they were never ours to keep. They were gifts to cherish and now blessing to release. Fame, too, has a way of seducing the heart. It's whisper that we matter more when others notice us. In the pursuit of recognition, we sometimes forget the quiet joy of authenticity. When we are young, applause feels like sunlight. It warms your spirit. But as we age, you realize that fame is not light, it's fire. It can burn you like if you mistake it of love. There was a time I longed to prove my worth through achievement, to be seen, admired, validated. Yet every accolade carried a shadow, fear of losing it. The more people praised me, the more anxious I became to meet their expectations. Until one day I understand that true peace does not come from being known by the world, but from being known by your own soul. Letting go of fame means returning to simplicity, to create not for applause but for truth, to serve not for recognition but for love. And when your purpose becomes pure again, the noise of crowd fades and you hear the quiet music of the heart. You realize that everything external, titles, compliments, likes or followers, is just passing wings. The real legacy is invisible. The kindness you gave, the peace you left behind, and the light you sparkle in another's heart. Money and fear of loss. Money, too, is something people hold on to with trembling hands. We cling to it because it represents safety, status, and power. But when money becomes a god, it enslaves rather than serves. There is nothing wrong with wealth. It is energy neutral until directed. But when we attach our worth to it, fear takes roots. The fear of losing, of not having enough, or of falling behind. The fear drains life of joy. Letting go of attachment to money does not mean rejecting abundance. It means no longer letting it define you. You can have wealth but still live lightly. You can enjoy comfort without being possessed by possessions. I once met a man who lost everything in financial crisis, yet he said something unforgettable. Money left me, but peace came today. He learned that the real treasure is not in what you hold, but in what you are. When the tide of fortune resists, what remains is character, integrity, and faith. When we release the fear of loss, life opens again, new opportunities flow, new blessings arrive, and prosperity returns in unexpected way. Letting go of the past, sometimes what we hold most tightly is not a person or a thing, but a moment, a chapter we wish we could rewrite. We replay conversations, regrets, and wounds until they harden into identity. We say, if only, and imprison ourselves in yesterday. But the past is not meant to be a home, it is a school. Letting go of the past means accepting that you did the best you could with what you knew then. It means forgiving yourself for being human and forgiving others for being lost. Every soul is evolving. To cling to an old version of yourself or someone else is to deny growth. Release the need to fix what's gone. Release the resentment that poisons joy. Release the guilt that serves no lesson. The moment you stop resisting what already happened, peace flows back into your life like morning light after a long storm. The spiritual dimension of surrender. Letting go is not merely a psychological act, it is deeply spiritual. It is the recognition that you are not a center of control, but part of a larger divine order. When you surrender, you stop fighting the river and start flowing with it. Many ancient teachings echo this truth. The Tao says, by letting go, everything gets done. The Bible reminds us, be still and know that I am God. Buddhism calls for non-attachment, the art of loving without clinging, living without fear, acting without expectation. To surrender is not to give up, it is to give over. To trust that there is a wisdom beyond our understanding. When doors close, it is not punishment, it is protection. When people leave, it is not abandon, it is redirection. When season end, it is not loss, it's renewal. The seeds must break for the tree to grow. The cocoon must dissolve for the butterfly to fly. The heart must release for the soul to expand. The freedom beyond holding. Once you begin to practice letting go, you realize how light freedom feels. The things you used to fear losing no longer defy your peace. You start to live with open hand, not clenched fists, to enjoy your relationship deeply, but without the anxiety of control. You love your children passionately, but without the illusion of ownership. You work diligently, but without the obsession of results. You give generously, but without expectation. You receive blessing, but without pride. You begin to live in the flow, where giving and receiving, coming and going, holding and releasing are one harmonious rhythm. In this freedom, life becomes simple again. Gratitude replaces greed, present replaces worry. You realize that you never truly lose anything real because love, wisdom, and truth cannot be taken away. Only the forms change, the essence remains. The practice of letting go is not one-time event, it is a daily discipline of the heart. There are a few gentle practices that help. Pause before grasping. When you feel the urge of control situation or person, breathe. Ask yourself, am I acting out of love or fear? Fear clings, love allows. Bless that lead when something or someone departs. Instead of cursing the loss, bless the path ahead for them and yourself. Gratitude transforms endings into beginning. Simplicity, release clutter, unnecessary obligation and toxic emotions. The lighter your outer world, the freer your inner world becomes. Trust divine timing. What is yours will find you. when you are ready. What leaves were never meant to stay. Faith makes room for miracles. Return to the present moment. The mind clings to the past and worries about the future. The heart lives here now. Every time you return to the present, you lose the knot of attachment. Let go into the season of life. As the year passes, letting go becomes not only an act but a rhythm. Youth is the season of gathering, age is the season of release. Both are sacred. When you are young, you collect experiences, dreams, and people. You build, expand, and explore. But as you mature, you learn that peace comes not from adding more, but from subtracting what no longer aligns with your soul. In the autumn of life, you begin to prune just as trees shed their leaves to prepare for new growth. You learn to release with gratitude, not regret. You understand that letting go is not the end, it is preparation for renewal. And one day, when the final letting go comes, the release of the body itself, you will face it not with fear but with grace, because you will have practiced all along. The soul that has learned let go of little things will not fear the great release. It will recognize at its returning home. The wisdom of empty hands. Empty hands are not signs of blocks. They are ready to receive. When we hold on too tightly, our hands are too full to welcome new blessings. But when we let go, life surprises us. Perhaps the relationship that ended was preparing us for deeper love. Perhaps the failure that humbled us was guiding us toward true success. Perhaps the child who left home was showing us how love expands. Perhaps the well that slipped away was teaching us to find inner abundance. In the end, every letting go is a divine exchange. Something lesser is released so something greater can enter. Conclusion: the grace of surrender. Letting go is not about losing, it is about aligning with truth. It is learning to trust that life knows what it's doing, even when you don't. It is surrender the illusion of control and finding peace of participation. Hold everything lightly. Your dreams, your relationships, your achievements, your possessions. Love deeply, but without chains. Give freely, but without fear. Accept change as part of the sacred design. When your heart can say, I'm grateful for what was, I trust what will be, you have mastered the art of letting go. And in that quiet mastery, you will discover the paradox. You lose nothing that was real. You gain everything that was true. Your hands are empty, yet your soul is full. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy it. Please click like and subscribe to my channel for more.